Good evening, and welcome to the CNS Weekly Report. I'm Jack Mcocken.
And I'm Harry Dunglebarry.
Do you feel the warmth in the air this week? March almost over. Spring is a-coming. And it's a good thing, because I can't wait to break out my Speedo. How about yourself?
I already have.
Doesn't surprise me. You always were an early bird.
It was nice. Speaking of March, this week kicked off the annual, much-anticipated NCAA basketball tournament. And it's good news, maybe, for the University of North Carolina. The Georgia Tech professor's statistical model that successfully selected last year's Final Four, championship game, and champion has selected the Tar Heels to win it all this year. But I still don't trust it, because even with all those correct picks, the professor still lost the office pool to some broad on the faculty that never watches sports. Typical.
Gotta hate when that happens.
Former President George W. Bush made his first appearance of any kind this week when he appeared and made a speech in Alberta, Canada. The ex-president said it would be unproductive to follow in the footsteps of Vice President Cheney and criticize President Obama. W. then said, "Come on, let's be fair. Who am I to talk? It's pretty much my fault we're in this mess in the first place." Then chuckled, raised his Molson Ice, and took a swig.
Well, at least he can admit it. Bernie Madoff, the Ponzi scheme scumbag who stole $65 billion from hundreds of innocent people, ruining many of their lives and driving some to death, has recently been thrown in jail. After pleading guilty in court, the shyster was not offered bail and immediately locked up to start serving his sentence. Reportedly, inmates have been lining up to become his new roommate. I have a feeling that guy won't be sitting down quite the same. And deservingly so. His fans have been flocking to his prison the last few days, showing their support. One of his fans told him, "I hope you die." One other said, "Choke on spit, you piece of shit." One of his #1 fans was quoted as saying, "You're so lucky you are in there, because I wanted to be the one to watch you die." These kind words show the support Madoff has been receiving. And they say people don't care. I think they're wrong. Harry?
In other news, Pope Benedict made his first visit to Africa since becoming the leader of the Catholic Church, and caused an uproar when he said condoms will not help prevent the spread of HIV/AIDS, but on the contrary, they increase the problem, and reiterated the Church's stance that sex is only for married couples and for the sake of procreation. The continent, which has been ravaged by the disease, responded with much criticism and demanded an explanation. When we reached the Pope for comment, he had this to say.
The truth is, I hate those things. I could never get them on, and they ruin the sex. That's why us guys stick to boys, because since the boys they cannot get pregnant. And I heard you can't get the AIDS through the patty.
I don't know about that, Pope. Remember, kids, you might not feel the same, but wrap it up. Ever dreamt about going to the moon? How about Mars? Well, Google Earth is about to bring you the next best thing. Recently, Google Earth expanded its global map software to include an online map of Mars. The Mars Odyssey spacecraft is now bringing and broadcasting web surfers live images. The images will give us a new look at the surface of the red planet. With help from NASA, the two plan to continue to expand into space, hoping to go as deep as Uranus. Ah! Imagine that. Seeing Uranus on the map. That sure would be something. Harry?
In politics, the former Minnesota Senator, Republican Norm Coleman, still won't give up hope that he won the election over former comedian Al Franken, star of Saturday Night Live and the mega blockbuster Stewart Saves His Family. The former senator is still not convinced even after losing the original election and the recount, citing uncounted absentee ballots and double counting for his opponent. When asked for comment, the new Senator Franken replied, "I wish he would just admit that I won already, because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me."
They sure do, Al. I know I sure like you. I don't know about you, Harry.
It's great.
You sure is.
A near riot almost erupted on Sunday when 10,000 aspiring models showed up in Manhattan to audition for next season's America's Next Top Model. Some of the girls who were camped out since last week were rudely awoken by stampeding stilettos, and some were nearly trampled to death. Casting manager Lisa Alpert said they were not prepared for the large amount of auditioning models. She said everything was going fine until the caterer announced that the complimentary breakfast of cocaine and laxatives was running low, which ignited a firestorm.
Usually does.
Dangerous.
In a move to start blimpin' pimpin' the skies out, the Pentagon plans to develop a blimp that will float 65,000 feet above the Earth for 10 years, providing an intricate radar surveillance of foreign vehicles, planes, and even people. The chief scientist for the Air Force, Warner Dunn, says the design is absolutely revolutionary. It can also be best described as a cross between a satellite and a plane. When Jessica Simpson was asked her opinion of the blimp, she said, "Stop calling me that." Then went on to polish off triples from the dessert buffet at the Pillsbury factory. She must have been hungry.
I know what she means. Chinese-made drywall installed in some Florida homes is emitting smelly, corrosive gas that is ruining household appliances such as air conditioners, microwaves, and ovens, forcing residents to get more and more takeout food, such as Chinese. This all goes along with China's master plan to get us so fat and hooked on their food that when they finally invade us, we will be so obese and lazy, we will not have the energy to fight back and do whatever they say just for a taste of General Chow chicken.
I'm more of a Kung Pao shrimp guy myself.
That's tasty too.
Sure is. Sure is. In sports, the Boston Red Sox have decided to relocate their future spring training facilities to Provincetown, Massachusetts, a place where most of the players supposedly have summer houses already. Known as the gay capital of the U.S., the team says the atmosphere there is more conducive of the team's personality. We talked to the reigning AL MVP, Dustin Pedroia, to ask him how he feels about the move. Hey guys, thanks for having me on. I'm super excited to be here. Me and my mates are really looking forward to our move next year. Some of us already live here, like me and Jay Veritek, but next year I just can't wait because then we'll all be able to be together. I mean, get together. I mean, play together. I mean, be here together and enjoy it. It's going to be great. I'm so uber excited. Yes! Number 1!
Wow, that was unexpected.
Sure was. Speaking of gay, Alex Rodriguez could not stand to stay out of the spotlight for too long. The controversial slugger appeared on the cover of Details magazine this week. Alex appears inside the magazine in a strange picture, looking at himself in a full-body mirror, standing so close it appears he is kissing himself. But the real story was that A-Rod suffered additional injuries during the photo shoot when he pulled his groin and endured a deep cut to his genitals when he tried to penetrate himself from behind in the before-mentioned mirror. Strange. Yeah, put my thumb on that one. Well, folks, that'll just about wrap up tonight's show. So remember, don't hate. If you can't get a date, just masturbate. It's safer for everyone. I'm Jack Mcocken.
And I'm Harry Dunglebarry.
This is the CNS Weekly Report. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.